Hello, welcome to Paul's Take, and this is my take on what's going on in the news today with the coronavirus. That's right, I know I'm like beating this subject to death, but with the coronavirus in full effect and everybody's locked down, I can't really get out and do videos on vehicles or other stuff because everything's closed. And really, there's so much on the news about it, it's kind of interesting, don't you think? So, I was scrolling through the stories, and the one story that it was very interesting to me was about a pastor in Louisiana. His name was Tony Spell, and he apparently has a pretty big church out there, and he is still having mass on Sundays. And I guess their church is so big they can hold about 1,000 people, and he said it was packed with 1,000 people, and it was against the city orders or the state orders that no gatherings more than 50 people, and really it should be even more social distance than that, I would say. But in this case, I believe they were still allowed to do it if it was less than 50, so they were off by a lot. And apparently this church also has like the faith healing, so I guess they believe that they will be healed. They don't need to go to the doctor, and they will get affected. Now, my first reflex on this was, let them go to church. Who cares? These are grown people. I could see how maybe that the kids should be stayed at home, locked away. It would be almost like child endangerment by bringing kids to a large gathering like that. But for grown-ups, adults, so again, my initial reaction was, just let them go. They're grown. They want to get sick. Get sick. If they don't think they're going to get sick, whatever. It's their lives. Let them do whatever they want. I don't care. They're probably in a community where they'll just all come back and, as long as they do their social distancing and stay at home, then they'll get sick at home, and that would be it. And get their kids infected, but their kids are at home anyway, so they'll just deal with it and be done with it and forget about it. It's a free country, right? Who cares? If you're grown, you want to get sick, get sick. But then I remembered something. It's not about your right to get sick. The problem is there's not enough doctors and beds and places to get treated is very limited. So by gathering so many people together, there increases their chance of passing it along and increasing the need for medical treatment right away. So let's just say these 1,000 people got sick. Now that's 1,000 people going to a doctor. Well, that's 1,000 people more than what they're already dealing with, which are already overcrowded anyhow, right? Right. So that was the problem. So then I, of course, changed my mind and said, well, obviously that's the reason they shouldn't have their gathering, and they should know better. And most of these most churches now are doing like their mass online or whatever to do a video. They could YouTube it or something. They can watch it online or something. So that was my first thing that I noticed. That was really, really interesting to me, was how I changed my view within a matter of a few minutes. Everything is not quite super simple on first take. So all these kids that went to Florida, they're on the beach and they're partying like a rock star, all hugging on each other and rubbing on each other. They're like, I don't care if I get sick, who cares? Well, it's not about you. Now, of course, go back to that church thing. If they had signed a waiver that, look, by you gathering in this church all smashed together, passing along your germs, you forfeit your right to go to the hospital. Just have your pastor do a faith healing on you, or just stay at home and be sick and deal with it, and don't bother the hospitals. They're hardcore, they believe that, and they were agreed to that, then that's different, that's fine. Just stay in your house. Stay quarantined. Same kind of thing go with the knuckleheads on the beaches probably a little different because they're young kids, they're stupid. They're college kids, but they're dumb. Let's face it. If they're out there partying, and it's kind of the same thing. They don't care if they get sick. I'll get sick. I'm young. It don't matter. We don't. Apparently, it's mainly the old people that are getting jacked up, so they don't care. But then they'll still be the ones that will probably be more likely not to quarantine themselves, even when they get back home from wherever they are. So they're going to go all over to Florida, get all sick, and pass on their cooties to the whole country. So that obviously does not make sense, and they should be slapped in the face 10 times. Because, like I said, they're going to be the ones that are going to go visit mom and visit grandma and pass along their germs and their cooties. Okay, so the other thing that was highly disturbing was people are actually trying to spread their germs. I saw a video that was really disgusting. It was a guy on a bus, and he was sitting there with his mask on, right? It could have been a subway, but it was some kind of public transportation. And he lowers his mask, and then he like licks his fingers and starts rubbing the handrails. Now, I believe that's a crime. What surprised me, I don't know if it surprised me, but I wish would have happened was the guy that was filming, because the guy that was filming this should have slapped him in the face. I wonder if he did it more than once. I don't know. Maybe it was a prank. Maybe it didn't even never really actually happened. I don't know, but it did look like it was real. And then you hear that these kids are like purposely going through the stores and licking the vegetables aisles, and because all the food's exposed. They're sitting there licking stuff, putting it back on the back in the place where they had the stuff. Now those guys, if they're really doing that, I'm assuming that's a crime. I mean it's got to be some kind of. I know it's a crime. I don't know what it would be considered, but I'm sure it is. Well, I hope all those guys get caught and get smacked in the face. What is wrong with people? Okay, so that's the negative. There's of course a lot of great positives out there, so that's really more inspiring. I didn't take a list or mental note of individual actions, but I hear stories that people are gathering up. I guess some people have these little masks at home for whatever reason. Maybe they're painting or something, they bought some, and they're gathering up and going around collecting them, taking them to the hospitals. And the people with the restaurants, they got all this extra food, they got nothing to do with it, so they're out there cooking for the first responders. They're like, oh, come on over, have some free food. So that's cool. So there's a lot of positive stuff. I think there's a lot more positive stuff than there's negative stuff going out there. So everybody's coming together to kind of nip this in the bud. What else is going on? I just go along with the news. What the hell? I know you're all seeing this, but maybe a lot of you guys are locked away in your house and you got nobody to hear their average guy perspective on things. Well, I'm your average guy. He'll get much more average than me. But so the Republicans have passed a bill, or not passed the bill, they introduced a bill yesterday, and they got shot down twice by the Democrats, a stimulus bill. And then the Democrats said, no, we got our own bill. So I don't know, they just want to get credit or something. They couldn't just modify the bill that they had, that the Republicans had. I guess they don't want to give Republicans any kind of credit whatsoever. So they introduced their own bill. And so everybody wants to give everybody money. Like the Republicans want to give us money, Democrats want to give us money, but the Democrats said they didn't like the wording of the Republican bill because they think there should be a slush fund for the big companies who can do whatever they want with it. And I think what they really want to do is, or the intention of the bill was to make sure that the big corporations didn't go under and had money to pay their employees. That way, when everything is wrapped up, they can go back to work. But I guess it wasn't specific enough. So I guess that was what it was intended for, but maybe it didn't really have any kind of regulation, so they could really just use it to buy back stock or something, or buy themselves a new jet plane or something. And then the Democrats put out a bill which gave the average person more money, but they had tied in a bunch of other stuff that was not related to the coronavirus at all, like money for abortions or something, or Planned Parenthood, some stuff for the environment, and for the student loans forgiveness or something. which has nothing to do with the crisis. It's just kind of tagging it along, kind of slip it in. So, of course, that pissed off the Republicans. Anyhow, hopefully, I mean, I don't need the money. Lucky, knock on wood, I still got a job. I'm still coming out here every day working. And so is my wife. She's working at home, so we don't need the money. But I know a lot of people do. So I hope they pass something for them. That would be great. What else is there? I don't know. That's all for today, I think. I don't like to go more than 10 minutes. I think it's about 10 minutes as it is right there. So, thanks for watching. Tell me what you think about what's going on in the world. Or if you want my opinion on something, I could do a video, because I'm starting to dry up here because there's not much I could do with the fact that I'm locked down, quarantined. So, give me some ideas. I actually, on the way home from work yesterday, you know, realizing the imminent death that we're going to be in. No, I'm joking, of course. Don't panic. But I was thinking, you know, potentially I could get sick and die. You know, am I living life to its fullest? Am I doing what I want to do? Am I just, you know, living to the best I can? And of course, I kind of tend to want to think something grandiose. I should be saving the world or something. I don't know. Am I experiencing life enough? Am I traveling enough? Well, there's one thing I've been like neglecting, and as soon as I hit the button to the garage door opens up, because I had moved my mountain bike the other day, the night before, to a different location. So when I pulled in, it was like staring at me. My mountain bike, staring at me. My neglected mountain bike. It's a really nice bike. Not super high end, but it's nice for me. I'm an average guy. And I've been neglecting riding it. And it hit me like as I was thinking this as I'm pulling in. And then I see the bike. I don't need to save the world. You know, I put out videos, some are fun. But I was like, you know what, I do love mountain biking. It's like one of my passions is mountain biking. Yet I'm not in shape. I keep losing shape. I'll ride it here, I'll ride it for a few weeks, and then I'll get out of shape. So, but I said, you know what, that's what I should be doing. That's one of my passions. I should really focus on mountain biking more. So I came up with a whole new idea for working out. So I go to the gym every night after work, and I've been doing mostly bodybuilding kind of stuff. But I need to lean out a little bit, build up my cardio, so even when I don't ride, I'll be in shape. So when the weather's nice and my opportunity is there, I want to be able to jump on a bike and just tear up the trails. So I'm going to decide, instead of going 5 days, Monday through Friday, of pumping iron, I'm going to do Monday iron, Tuesday some kind of cardio, but probably on the what they call bike, the stationary bike. And then Wednesday iron, Thursday bike, Friday iron. So we get 2 days during the week that I'm getting my legs into shape, getting my cardio in shape. So that way, when the weather looks good, I get a call or whatever, I can go out there and ride and feel good. Because usually what kills me is when I don't feel in shape. If I feel pretty good in shape, I'll have a great ride. My skills are still there, but sometimes when you're all huffing and puffing, it takes the fun out of it. So that's what I'm going to do. What are you going to do? Contemplate. You got all this time now to do nothing. Evaluate your life. Figure out what's your passion and start making a plan to pursue your passion. That way, after this, you can move forward and live the life that you really want to live. All right? Hey, here's some good advice right there for you. Thanks for watching Pulse Take, and that's my take on what's going on in the world today. Thanks for watching.